Yes, sure, Marcus. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Just fine, excellent. Just waiting for your class. It's midnight here in Mexico, but
You know,
uh, I
hmm
I need to suffer a little bit in order to be famous
to be famous. Why do you need to be famous? Or
because I need a lot of
how
money
does coming to my class make you famous?
because I need to speak better.
Oh, come on, man. It's midnight in Mexico right now, and in the States, like heading towards the West Coast, and it's 11 o'clock here in Thailand. That's where I am, and
11
this is the
o'clock, 11
time.
o'clock
Hmm?
morning,
11 o'clock,
morning.
yes, a.m. So this is the
It's 11
time.
o'clock here.
Many people are not on Verbling at the moment.
Oops.
No problem. No worries, no worries. But I wanted to just get this time because nobody's here, and if students want to study, I would
Is there a
want.
possi is there a possibility, Marcus, that you could teach a little bit earlier?
I'll try. I'll try. Right now, I'll see. I'll look at my schedule. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do. Man, I'm looking at this, and this light is very bright on my face. So then you can see all the. I need to wear some makeup, maybe. Here. There we go. That's better.
Magical
Okay.
powders.
Some powder. Okay, let's do our introductions and then we'll get started. All right. Hello everyone. My name is Marcus Higgs with verbling.com. For today's introductions, let's do our name, where we're from, and the last thing we ate. The last thing we ate. I'll go as an example. My name is Marcus Higgs. Right now I'm in um, Chiang Mai, Thailand. And the last thing I ate was actually mangoes for breakfast. I had mangoes. All right. Giancarlo, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Giancarlo. I am from Mexico, and the last thing I ate was an orange.
An orange?
An orange.
All right.
Yes.
Cool, cool. Nice and healthy. All right, Wellington.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you too.
I live in São Paulo, Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
and the last food was whoa. The last food, yeah,
The last thing
yeah,
you ate, anything.
yes, it was hen and hen,
Ham or han?
hen.
Ham, ham?
Yes, 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 and potato.
Oh, it's a very heavy dinner.
Yes, yes.
Meat and potatoes. All right. Nice to meet you, Wellington.
Nice to meet you.
I like your California shirt.
Yeah, I meet you. Was good the trip.
All right.
Yeah.
And last but not least, hide kitty.
Oh, nice to see you again,
Good to see you too, hide kitty.
General.
Hi, kitty. Yes, 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 it has. I think your microphone is muted.
And
Hi.
now I muted because I already finished my.
Oh, no, can you please
Greeting.
introduce
I
yourself?
already finished greeting.
Tell us your city and the last thing you ate.
You know about that me because I took your lesson several times before.
Wellington, do you know about hide?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, so now I feel bad.
She is my classmate for a long time. I think 6 months is since I know Verbling.
It's been 6 months since you've known her.
Yes, yes. You are new here.
Oh, I'm new. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Well, Wellington, because Hyde does not want to introduce herself, can you please introduce her? And tell us the last thing that she ate.
And yeah, yeah, but I'm not
Her
sure
name and where
about.
she's from.
Um, Heidi is from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I think she lives in Tokyo.
Okay. And I know she's from Japan. I'm not sure where. And what's the last thing she ate?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Wellington, for introducing Hyde. And do you want to tell us Hyde or no?
No, I don't like introducing.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And last but not least, Ampero.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. What about you?
I'm 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 doing well too. Yes, yes. It was a slow morning, but I'm glad to be here with you four.
Nice to see you.
Good to be here. Tell us your city again, and what's the last thing
My
you
city
ate?
is Guayaquil from Ecuador, and the last meal that I ate was cinnamon tea.
Cinnamon tea.
Hmm. Yeah.
Before you go to bed, it's to help you relax, or
Yes, usually I drink a tea after my dinner.
okay. All right, cinnamon
Mhm.
tea. Good. All right, Anatoly, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us where you're from, and then we'll
Hello,
begin.
hello everyone. I'm Anatoly. I'm from Russia. I live in Moscow.
Okay. What is the last thing you ate?
Sorry, what is your question?
The last thing that you ate.
Uh, just 5 minutes uh, ago.
Okay. What did you eat?
It was porridge. Porridge, I think, right translation.
Okay, yes, because in Russia it is breakfast time now.
Yes.
Yes, had porridge. All right, good, good. Well, good to see you all here, and good to know that you had something to eat. Um, is my screen blue on your side? Because for me, my screen is blue.
Yes, a little, a little, little.
Okay, all right. I don't know why that is. All right, let's begin. Yeah, that's better. Um, I put the link for the document the inside the chat, so you can get the link there. So it's below this window on Verbling, and it's also on the screen. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Good. All right. We're going to talk about taboo conversation topics. Would anybody want to describe what taboo means?
A taboo is something prohibited.
Okay. Close. Close. Good
Something
idea.
that you prefer not to talk about.
Very good, Ampero. It's very good, Gene, in that it's not really prohibited. It means you can't do it, but rather people don't like to do it, or that it's kind of strange. Okay? Let's look at our discussion questions. Oh, when you fill out a form, are you happy to give this information? Your age, your marital status, your income? What are your feelings about giving this information on a form? Let's start with Wellington and then Anatoly.
Yeah. Yeah, in pairs. I question for here. I ask
Uh,
for here.
no. I'm asking you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Age. Yeah, okay. It's is for me.
Sorry, sorry, Wellington. Sorry. Are you happy to give this information? Are you okay to give it?
Yeah, for me okay. For me okay. It depends, of course. If I think it's natural. Uh, about age,
Mhm.
yes. But sometimes we know that if I am looking for a job, sometimes they prefer youngers. So, but okay, your marital status, okay, no problem, and your income, yeah, it's depend. Sometimes, yeah, it's depend. It depends for the.
You're happy to give this information.
No,
You're
happy no. Is the happy no? Uh, if this information is necessary for me, okay. But if this information, if I am so, if think that this information is not necessary, uh, are you not happy?
you would not be happy to.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And also here, being happy to give the information does not mean I'm happy. It means I'm
No,
okay. I'm okay to give the information.
yes, I'm okay. Yes.
Okay. So it depends. Anatoly, what is your opinion? Are you happy to give this information for these three things?
I think no, not. Maybe if it is necessary in some case, we need to give that information. But I think it is not always acceptable questions.
Okay, so that's the next point. Like, what other questions are you thinking about?
Uh,
Oh, you're saying you don't think these are acceptable questions?
I think it is not always acceptable questions.
Hmm. Okay. Such as when?
About income especially.
Okay. So it's taboo to talk about income.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you have an opinion, Jean Carlos or Ampi?
The point here is we need to think about why are we filling out these forms, and do we need to fill this form for a company or for just among friends, or because, for example, in my personal point of view, when you fill out these forms talking about the job, it's necessary because they need to know more about yourself. They need to know more about your age, your salary, the way you live, the likes and dislikes. But for example, talking about a among friends, maybe we are talking about our personal lives, and somebody asks you, "Hey, Giancarlo, how much do you earn a month?" It's a taboo because for me it's very aggressive to ask this question.
Mm.
It's disgusting to ask for the salary you earn a month or a day.
Mm-hmm. This maybe a word I think is you know what I'm thinking of?
Hello?
Inappropriate. Hello? Hello,
Uh,
Giancarlo?
yeah, sometimes I can hear you, Marcus.
Sometimes you can't hear me. I'm thinking of the word inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Yeah, it's
Inappropriate.
inappropriate to talk about these kind of things among friends, or not so friends, because even close friends, we can ask ourselves these kind of questions because we have a good communication or maybe a good relationship among
Mm-hmm.
us or between us. But in general, for example, in a in a cocktail party or in any other situation, somebody
Settings. Hmm.
comes to you and asks you, "Hey, how are you? Well, where do you work? How much do you earn a month?" And it's like inappropriate, right?
Inappropriate. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, are there any other questions that come to mind that are inappropriate, Ampi?
Another thing, your weight.
Yes, yes, that's an inappropriate one for. Oh, you know what? They say another inappropriate one is to ask a woman if she's pregnant or how many months she is.
Yeah, and when she's not pregnant at all.
It creates an awkward situation.
Yeah.
Can anybody else think of any ones on a form or? Okay, well, let us begin. I'm thinking of one, but I'll tell you later. All right. Let's go to the reading part. There are 4 conversations. Okay. I want you to read the conversation I give you, and answer who are the people and what is the situation. Giancarlo and Wellington said it depends on on who is asking. It depends on the audience. I
Yeah.
want you to MP. I want you to read conversation 1. Anatoly, you'll do conversation number 2. Giancarlo, you'll do conversation number 3. And Wellington, you'll do conversation number 4. I want you to
Okay.
answer who are the people and what is the situation. You don't
Okay.
have to read it out loud. I just want you to give the answer. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Ampero, are you ready?
Yes, the first one is probably a doctor and a patient.
Okay. What's the situation? Right, first, tell us why do you think that?
He is just uh, taking care of no, controlling the blood pressure, and is like a regular patient because he is asking or she's asking about the diet, what is he eating, and
Mhm.
probably is a little overweight because is controlling the blood pressure, and if asking what is eating and if he is having regular exercise.
Okay. All right, so he's asking about his health. Different
Mhm.
questions. Okay. What do you think the situation is?
A normal situation.
Uh, mm, there's a special name for this situation when a patient is asking a doctor questions like this. It's it is a
Yeah,
phrasal verb, and the doctor is giving him a check. Do you have an
checkup.
idea? Checkup, checkup.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a oh boy, sorry. Doctor is giving him a checkup. All right. Let's go on to Anatoly.
Okay. The second conversation is for situation when somebody come to the place uh, for living, and there are two neighbor, uh, how we can say, people who live uh, near each other,
Neighbors.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Neighbors, yes. And the first question which he received was about his professional, his job. It is appropriate question for that situation, in my opinion. But second question about How much do you earn? It is taboo.
Okay. He asked him about his income. Okay. All right. So the people are neighbors, and one is moving in. One neighbor
Mm-hmm.
is moving in.
Moving in. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good. What was his job?
This job, it is the word for lawyer. Solicitor. I didn't know this word, but
Mm-hmm.
I looked to the dictionary.
You looked it up in the dictionary. All right. Solicitor is the British word for. It's a person who can do legal things. They're not necessarily a lawyer, but yeah, they work in a law office. A solicitor. Good. All right, Giancarlo.
Yeah, conversation number three takes place in a store.
Mm-hmm.
It's between a person who wants to buy something, a tennis shirt, a white tennis shirt, and an assistant, a shop assistant, or a salesman. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's a little bit inappropriate. Some answers from the salesman because the buyer asks for a something and the person says, "Yes, I can see that you are fat," and
You said that?
and he asks, "Yeah." Well, in other words, yes, I can see that because he says, yes, I can see that. I can see that you are fat. And the assistant says or asks, how much do you weigh? If you don't mind me asking, it's not appropriate, as you say.
Okay, all right. He doesn't say, I see you're fat. What does he say actually?
Well, yes, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that you are uh, fairly.
Fairly.
Well, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that you need a fairly large size.
Okay, yeah. Uh,
Well, but I mean, underlines. If you read underline, it means that
if you
he is
read
overweight.
between the lines.
Between the lines,
Mm-hmm.
if you read between the lines, you can understand that he's mentioning that he's overweight.
Yes, yes. That is because to say someone is overweight or fairly large, it is a little bit softer than saying he is fat. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of a difference there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. To say someone is fairly large, let me think. He could maybe be a boxer. He can have a large body, you know. He doesn't necessarily have to be fat.
But what about the question, how much do you weigh?
Yeah, that's a different question. We can infer that he means, infer means you can probably understand, get the meaning, but he's not saying directly that he is fat.
Do you think so?
I I really don't know. We can infer it. We can get that meaning, but he didn't say it directly.
He
Does that
he
make
asked the
sense?
question. Yeah,
Hmm.
he asked the question, but at the same time, he's a little bit. He thinks that he made a mistake because he says, "If you don't mind." This
Hmm.
person knows. This person knows that maybe he was a little bit impolite or rude,
Hmm.
and maybe he wants to mend the situation, saying, "If you don't mind me asking."
Very, very good pointing that out. If you don't mind me asking, he knows that it is inappropriate. It is not polite. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I'm saying though he did not say directly you are fat, but he says if you don't mind me asking, which means he knows it is impolite. So very good pointing that out.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Let's go into conversation number 4. Wellington.
Yeah. In this conversation, Garrett apply for a job and somebody, maybe a headhunter, call you and said
Walter.
that he was approved for the job, and the headhunter must know the last, or the last salary, the last earning that Garrett has. And about this question, here in Brazil, this is normal. They do this kind of question.
They
I
ask
don't
this.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know in other parts, in other countries, but and for us, it's normal. The people that work with this kind of job do these questions when
Okay.
when you are applying for, when you are looking for a new job or something like that.
Good. Remember, it's job. Job.
Job.
So, yeah, very good, very good. What's another name for headhunter?
Other name,
Yeah.
um, uh, I
Can
don't know.
can somebody in the group help us? What's another name for a headhunter?
Uh, Human resources
Yes.
No. It
department.
starts with an R. Headhunter is a special name given to it. It's the title, the real title is a recruiter.
Recruiter. Yeah,
Recruiter. Recruiter.
recruiter.
Recruiter.
Yes.
Recruiter.
A recruiter helps you find a job, and their special name is headhunter.
A hunter. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Recruiter.
So let's look at our discussion questions real quick. In each dialogue, there is a personal question. We've already said if the personal question is appropriate or not. Um, so for number one, Ampy, was the personal question appropriate?
No.
No, you think it was not.
Well,
Or
because
number
he's
one.
a doctor, is a doctor. He can ask that question, but the way that they the question is not polite.
Class, do we agree with her?
I disagree. I think for doctor it is appropriate question because he needs to know about your health.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like for example, he would ask to her also her age, for example, is appropriate, is necessary sometimes.
Yeah, Ampy, I think it is appropriate.
Yes, I know that the doctor can ask the question, but the way to say it is like
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. Sometimes you say a doctor needs bedside manners.
they are too right to the point.
Yeah.
So it's the same when they just say, well, you have cancer, but they don't try to say it in a better way, like
Yeah.
you don't feel so
What in English we say if a doctor is not polite, we say he has no bedside manners. Bedside is because he's standing beside your bed, and if they have bad news, it's you have to be a little bit nicer or more polite. I think, in my opinion, conversation one is okay, but if you think so, Appy, okay.
I think every doctor is very direct. I think, yeah.
Yeah, I would say most doctors, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I had leukemia
Hmm.
and years ago, and the doctor came to me and said, maybe you have leukemia.
Very directly.
Very
Or,
directly.
or said, sorry, directly, yes, very direct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that would be inappropriate, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was a shock. It was a shock.
All right. Let's go on. Let's look at the second one. Anatoly, do you think it's appropriate or not? You
The
already
first
said.
question, yes, the first question, I think it is appropriate question,
Hmm.
even if these two people uh, haven't known each other before.
Hmm.
But the second question, not.
About his income.
Yes, yes. About job, I think it is a common question, and sometimes a teacher asks us about our job
Hmm.
because it is a good start for conversation. Uh,
Hmm. Okay. Do we all agree, or any other opinions? Okay. What about you, Saint John, John Carlos, Jean Carlo?
In conversation number two, right?
Three. Conversation number three.
And
I think you already said.
conversation number three is of course inappropriate because of the reasons I gave you some minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Uh, Anatoly and Ampi, I want you to start thinking about question number two while I'm asking Wellington this. But how do you think the speaker should reply to the situation? Okay? How do you think the speaker should reply? Okay. And Wellington, your last question for question number four, you said you told
That
me, but please remind the group again. You told us.
yes, here in Brazil is normal this kind of question.
Yes, for a recruiter
Yeah,
to ask. Yeah.
yes, yes. Here I don't know United States and Europe in other countries, but here is normal.
Yeah.
I think it's not the good way to treat a new candidate because so maybe the company has a, a salary,
Mm-hmm.
a number, and maybe there are other ways to know this kind of information.
Yeah, but.
But but I think it's normal here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's direct and appropriate and appropriate. Yeah. All right. Before we move on, Ampi and Anatoly, uh, do you have an idea how the speaker should answer these situations for number two and three? I'll go with
Number
Ampi
three,
first. Mm-hmm.
yeah, the necessary to survive.
No, how would the person answer after it
Yes,
says yes,
because
I can.
there he's asking how much do you earn, and I my answer is the necessary for surviving.
That is what you would say.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Okay. Uh, Class, what do you think about her answer? You think that is good, Wellington?
Yes, yes.
yes.
And you all agree with her for number two.
Yes,
Conversation
agree.
two.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that
Yeah.
you are going to tell how much.
Well, Ampy, the only issue I have with that question, that answer, and everybody may think that's a good answer. Um, when someone is inappropriate to me, your answer sounds, I would say, a little snappy, or like you have a little bit of an attitude. Enough to survive. Me? I would just say, I prefer not to tell, or that's okay. That's all right.
Yes, it's a good way. It's polite.
Yeah. And I'm laughing because I thought Ampy was a polite person. I still think you're a polite person, but that's a very quick answer.
Yeah.
Ampy, I still think you're a nice person. It's all right. Ampero?
Yeah, I don't think that I've been rude with that. It's just that the other can understand that I don't want to answer how much. So he is
Okay.
not going to ask again.
He's not gonna answer again, yes. To snap at someone means to have an attitude very quickly. Um, so if you ask somebody, hey, can you hand me that water? And then say, why do you want me to hand you the water? Out of nowhere, and you're surprised. And if you're an adjective to describe them is snappy. The verb is to snap. So he just snapped.
It's a quick,
Yeah, it's to make
a
an
quick answer.
outburst very quickly, usually anger. To be angry very
Hmm.
quickly. Um, Anatoly, how would you reply to your
For the
conversation?
for which conversation?
Sorry, conversation number. Which one did you prepare for? Number two or number three?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's go with number three. Yeah.
Okay. Number three. Mhm. Maybe it doesn't matter.
How much do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking? It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. What do you guys think of that answer?
Yeah, I think the answer was uh, has the same weight of the question.
So if it is a rude question, you can give just the quick, it doesn't matter.
Oh, oh. It's yes. In this case, because this person was buying something, and maybe yes, we can answer in different ways. If it depends of the mood, the day, I will be polite. Maybe I will be I will maybe I will get out of the shop and maybe answer in a polite way, in polite way. So it depends.
No, I understand it depends, but I'm just saying, how would you answer in this situation? And,
Marcus, I
hmm
I would say that sometimes we need to be a little bit rude with this kind of people because they
Go on, continue. Sorry.
because they are trying to get information that they are not how can I say that? I mean, it's not a business. I
They
would
don't
I
need
would
to know.
answer. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes and some people must put them in the correct place. For example, I would answer, yeah, I would answer Marcus, hey, it's not your business, but with a very warm smiling.
Okay, I like that. At least with a smile. It's not your business.
Yeah, like joking, but at the same time, speaking clear. Okay, it's not your business. Stop there. No?
Okay. See, I don't think that's inappropriate, and yeah. All right, very good. I thought that was a good point. Any other points before we move on? All right, let's go to the next page, page number two. How much is the weight of your mother?
That is rude.
I would.
120 kilos.
What would I say to that? How much is the weight of your mother? You know what? I'm trying to think of a very rude answer, but I can't. I can't.
You can, Marcus. You can.
Let's
Don't say
go
no.
on.
Don't say no.
All right. So some of these, we're going to look at the language. If there are polite ways of asking a question, put a Q. If they are ways of responding to personal questions, we put a R. So if it's a question, put a R. If it's a question, put a Q. If it's a response, we put an R. Let's do the first one together. I hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a polite way to ask a question, or is it a way of responding to a personal question? I hope you don't mind me asking, but is that
I
Q or
think
R?
it is a more or less polite way.
It's a polite way of asking a question, or is it a way of responding to a personal question? Is it a response
No.
or a question?
It is this person asks questions.
Okay. Yeah, it's a polite way to ask a question. Remember what the shopkeeper said in conversation number 3? If you don't mind me asking. It's a polite way to ask a question. I hope you don't mind. I hope it's not a problem. Hope you don't mind me asking. Okay. Let's do this one by one. We'll start with Wellington, and then we'll go forward to Jean Carlos, and then Anatoly, and Ampi, and so on. Okay. So Wellington, can you do number 2? Anatoly, and Jean Carlos will do
Yeah.
number 3, and so on.
2 is R.
2 is
R.
R.
Yes.
Okay. Number 3.
Is it for me?
No, it's Jean Carlos.
Sorry.
Okay, I know this is a bit noisy. What's the meaning of nosy? Nosy? No,
Nosy.
Nosy. What's the meaning of that word?
Okay,
Nosy.
I'm going to tell you right after, but try to guess if it's a question or a response, and I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay, it's a question. I
It's
know
a
this is a bit nosy, but yeah.
All right. Does anybody know what nosy means?
Yes, when you it comes from introduce your nose in something that is not your business.
You put your nose into something that is not your business. If you put your nose into something, it means you're looking and it's not your business. To be nosy means to ask for information that is not necessary for you.
Okay, it comes from nose. Okay, yeah.
To be nosy. Thank you, Ampero.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on. Next one, Anatoly.
Mind your own business. It is not polite way of responding to personal questions.
It's an impolite way of responding.
Impolite.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, mind your own business. That's an impolite way. All right, go on. Ampero?
Why do you ask?
Yes.
That is a question.
It is a question, but is it a polite way of asking a
Right.
personal question, or is it a response to a personal question?
It's a response.
Okay. So, Ampiro, how much do you weigh?
Why do you ask?
Very good. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Wellington.
Is a question.
It's a question. Very good. But remember, it's a polite way of asking personal questions. That's
Yes, yes, it's a polite way.
all right. Number 7.
7. That's rather a personal question. That's R.
It's a
That's
response. Um, Giancarlo,
yes.
how much do you make in a year?
That's rather a personal question.
Okay. Okay. I will ask you later then. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. Number 8. Anatoly.
Okay, number 8. I know this is a bit personal, but it is a response, responding to personal questions.
Okay. Let's look
No,
at it.
no, 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 no. It is a question. It is a question. Polite way of making questions.
Okay. It's a polite way of asking of asking. Remember, we ask questions. Okay.
Asking
I
questions.
know it's a bit personal, but okay. Um.
Sometimes we can use it for answering when we agree to answer for the question. You asked me, for example, about my salary,
Mhm.
and I don't mind to answer you because I am a millionaire, and
So how would you
I
answer?
could
How would you
answer.
answer?
I know this is a bit personal, but I have 1 million a month.
Okay, so we wouldn't, very good. That's a very good point. But we wouldn't say I know. We would say this is a bit personal, or that is a bit personal, but I
Okay.
make 1 million a month.
Mhm.
That is a bit personal, but I make 1 million a month. Very good point. So, but it is a question, a way of asking a polite question. And last one, Ampiro.
I'm afraid that's really none of your business. Is also a response.
Yes, that is a response. Very good, Ampiro. All right. Now let's look at the questions below. I have 10 more minutes. Decide who has the rights to ask these questions. It may be a particular person, for example, a doctor, a priest, or a police officer, a partner, or a lover. It might be anyone, or it might be no one. We're going to write anyone, a particular person, or no one next to each question. Okay. I'll do the first one as an example. How old are you? So who can ask that question? I would say a particular person, usually a
A
friend.
recruit. Okay.
Recruiter, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a recruiter could ask that question. The only reason I say a particular person, because usually children or younger people do not ask that to older people. It depends. It depends on the culture. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can choose any which one you want to answer. I'm going to call your names randomly. Okay, so Giancarlo, which one do you want to choose?
Mm, maybe. Are you a virgin?
Okay, who can ask that?
A particular person, friend.
Friend can ask that?
Maybe.
Okay. Guys,
A
do you
close
agree?
friend.
Do you agree or
Maybe a
disagree?
close friend. Maybe a close friend.
Okay. Do you agree or disagree, class?
I agree. Or yeah, or a doctor.
Or a doctor? Okay, good. A close friend or a doctor. Anybody else? Maybe a lover. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, Ampero, you choose one.
Um, are you married?
What do you think? Who can ask that?
Um, a man to a woman?
So it's anyone, a particular person,
Um,
or no one?
anyone?
Anyone? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I. Do we agree, class?
Maybe a
Yes.
particular person, no? Maybe a doctor. Are you married? Or...
Okay. Well, yeah, and well,
When you have to fill out a form, generally it's
class. Remember,
open.
remember when we say anyone, it means everybody can ask that. A particular person means only special people can ask that. Only special people. Okay. Wellington, which one do you want to choose? Let's do this.
Mm, yeah. Are you gay?
Okay.
Yeah. A
Who can ask
particular
that?
person. A particular person.
Oh, which particular person?
Maybe another gay, for example. Somebody that is looking for uh, a company, or something like that.
A partner. He's looking for a
A
partner.
partner, yes, a partner, yeah.
Class, do we agree?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Maybe yeah, yeah, a particular person, yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so a person who is looking for another partner.
Yes,
All
who
right.
is looking?
And Anatoly?
I choose the question, who did you vote for at the last election?
All right. Who can ask
Uh,
that?
uh, I think it is in the middle between particular person, a particular person, but sometimes it is appropriate question for everyone.
You
Yeah,
think
it's
anyone
depends.
and a particular person? Anyone?
For example, we are talking about politics, and
Hmm.
we are talking about politics of uh, and maybe in that situation we can ask each other uh, who did we vote. Uh, Usually a particular person.
Class, do we agree?
No.
I agree. I think this depends on the situation.
You agree that anyone can ask? What do you say, Giancarlo?
I would say no one. No one because it's something extremely personal. I remember once after voting, a friend of mine asked me, "Hey, who did you vote for?" And I felt uncomfortable. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's my way of thinking, but it's so personal, this
Yeah.
action.
Personally, I think it is also inappropriate that no one should ask that question.
Okay.
No, no, I mean that's my
No, no,
opinion.
no, yeah, no. Okay, but I think I agree with Anatoly. Sometimes anyone or in determined case is a particular person.
All right. So a particular
For
person, Anatoly made the point in the chat on in exit polls. Exit polls means when you're leaving the voting booth or the voting place, they will ask you, yeah, but that's if you want to answer. So I guess a particular person.
Yeah.
Are there any questions here that no one should answer or no one should ask?
I think, had you ever taken drugs? Maybe.
No one should ever ask that?
Had you ever?
Doctor?
Maybe, yeah, maybe a doctor would say it, or maybe someone who is offering you drugs.
But a doctor, he can recognize if you are taking drugs or not.
He can or can't?
He can.
No. And plus it
Yes.
says have you ever? So maybe you're not on drugs then, but he's asking, in the past, have you ever?
But in this case, for example, when you go, I don't know English.
Job interview? Or where?
No. Do are when you give a blood, for example,
When you give blood?
when you give blood, it's necessary.
Okay. It's a necessary question when you give blood.
Yeah.
Can we think of any taboo questions that are inappropriate? Always?
Yes. For example, you are you racist?
Are you a racist?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you agree, class? I think that's an okay question to ask someone.
I prefer to know. But I think is inappropriate.
It's appropriate or inappropriate?
Inappropriate. I prefer to know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But is inappropriate. I prefer to know my enemy, but is inappropriate.
We have one more minute. I just want to say it depends on context. I wouldn't
Yeah.
call the person my enemy, but it depends on context. Sometimes I think that's an appropriate question, but it depends on the relationship also. You're going to say something, Ampy? Or no? I thought I heard you. No?
No,
No.
it wasn't me.
Okay. All right, class. We talked about inappropriate questions. We did not ask any inappropriate questions.
Yeah. You ask what we eat.
That's not inappropriate. Right. Please review the section again where it says when it's talking about language, polite ways of asking, and the ways of responding. Those are different ways so that we can respond with have a softer response instead of, as Ampy said, it's none of your business. You could say, that's a rather personal question. I'd rather
Okay.
not answer that if you don't mind. All right, class. I have to end the class now, and we're going to do a phrasal verb class right after. I understand if you have to go to bed, it's 1 o'clock some places. But I want to thank you guys for coming.
2 a.m.
Thank
here.
you.
2 a.m.
Thank you very
Wow.
much.
All right. Thank you for coming. You guys have a great night.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bye.
Take
Marcus.
care. See ya.
See
Bye,
you
guys.
soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye bye.